Hi everyone, and welcome to Gwyn Collects. Okay everyone, today is such an exciting day. I am unbelievably excited for today's video. I got a delivery on a Sunday of a figure that I thought was going to be shipped Surface, but was actually apparently shipped FedEx. And it is also my first unlicensed resin. I am beyond excited to open this up. So yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can say. Let's open this up. Let's hope it's not broken. And I am genuinely so excited for this figure. I cannot wait to see her. Oh my god. Let's open it up. Actually, I don't even know how to open this. How do you open a figure with this much tape on it? There's like corner protectors and everything. I don't even know what to do. Okay, that's the strap. Cut around the corner protectors. Okay, inside the box, let me put it on the ground, because it's a bit heavy. If I can get it out, come on. Come on. Come on. Fuck me, this is so hard. Okay, there we go. Okay. Come on, come on. Frick, man. They need to put handles in this. I hate when they do this when the box is the exact size of the shipping box. It makes it impossible to get out. I need to stand up. Oh, guys, it's going. That was a struggle, but I can now show you what the figure is. So this is the 1/7 scale Violet Evergarden by Prism Studio. So I don't really buy unlicensed, I'm out of breath. So as I was saying, I don't buy unlicensed resins like ever. This is my first one I've ever bought, mainly because, well, there's a few reasons I don't. The first being, their shipping is prohibitively expensive. I've found, just because they're always so heavy because they're resin, and you can't really predict how much they'll cost, especially to Canada. I've just seen some like absurd shipping quotes. So I actually had the typical Scene Studio Aaron with the desk order, or not the desk, the sink ordered, and they wanted, Favor GK wanted $189 USD to ship it. And I was just kind of like, he's not worth that to me, especially with the current exchange rate, so I canceled him. This one actually from FNC, which I have heard has much better shipping rates compared to Favor GK, only cost me $59 to ship. It's actually not that heavy or big, so that was nice for sure. So the shipping cost has stopped me from buying a lot of resins. Additionally, I just prefer to buy licensed figures. I think the brands that make the figures are more reliable. I've seen some pretty sketch faces on resin figures in my life. And I just think that like the licensed ones go through a bigger vetting process to make sure that the final product looks like the prototype. That's not to say all resins look bad though. I have seen photos of this one in real life and she looks absolutely stunning. The other thing too is I just don't know that much about resins. I don't know the good studios really to buy from, and I feel like the studios often will change names, change lots of different things so often that it's hard to keep track. And finally, I just prefer licensed figures because I like my money going to the original creator of the art. That said, in cases like with Violet Evergarden, Kyoto Animation does not want to take my money, they don't want to make me a Violet figure. So I have resorted to the resin market to get this one. Not to say that anybody who buys unlicensed resins is like unethical or whatever. It's your money, your prerogative. I don't like buying bootlegs. I think bootlegs are bad, but these aren't bootlegs, so yeah. I do think a lot of resin statues are made using stolen art though, so make sure if you are ordering resins, do your best to figure out if the art has been stolen from an artist, because that happens so often. I'm less concerned about my money going to like Gainax or like all of those big companies, but I am concerned about my money going towards the artists that draw the illustrations that a lot of these are based on. Anyway, enough to say, enough disclaimers. I'm very excited to unbox this Violet for you all today. Oh my god. Okay, the box is beautiful. Violet looks stunning on the box. Everything is Chinese pretty much, except for like the Violet Evergarden logo and stuff. It's a beautiful box actually, and not as big as I expected, so I really appreciate that, Prism Studio. Okay, opening it up, we have the typical styrofoam that resin figures come in, because they usually come in pieces. So let's pull this out. I do have one other resin figure, Mugen, but he is a licensed resin. I feel like unboxing a resin is like a two-person job. Come on. Getting my workout in today, that's for sure. No instructions in the box. Hopefully this won't be too hard to put together. Okay, I don't know what the top is. I'm gonna assume it's the one with the logo. Okay, so first thing I see opening it up is the certificate, I think, of authenticity and like a coin. So, I don't know what this says. It does come with a little Violet shikishi as well of the artwork this is based on. I'll put B-roll of that. And a coin, which is really cool. That's so pretty. So I got statue. Let's see. Okay, this is so pretty. I think this is the stand for the coin. And then look at how beautiful this is. Am I in focus? There we go. So it comes with a letter, like in Violet Evergarden. If I open, I don't want to open it. I don't want to break the seal. Ah. Okay, here is my certificate of authenticity. I got number 33 of 588. That's a low number. That's really cool. Okay. Oh, and the coin actually also says that. That's really neat. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is all the authenticity stuff. I'm just gonna put this over there. And we'll get into unboxing the figure. Did I get it off? Whoop! I did. Beautiful. Okay. So here's everything in the, I guess it's not a blister, in the styrofoam. I don't want to tip it, I'm so afraid. There was like some cotton batting around Violet's head, Violet's beautiful body, oh my god! And then a million other pieces that I'm gonna have to figure out how to put onto the figure without instructions. Lovely. I might need to look up like a picture of this. Okay, we're gonna start with the base. Oh no, I think something broke. I know that comes with the territory for resins, so. Okay. What was that noise? Okay. This, I think, is supposed to be attached right there. So it did get broken. That's a-okay, I'll glue it back on. No biggie. Oh, I'm always so nervous to unbox these things. Okay. So here is the base. There was a little piece, a little silver piece broken off of something. Maybe the typewriter? I'm not certain what it was broken off of. I think it's the typewriter, but it could be wrong. Oh, I think it's this little clock. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, this was broken off and then the little piece on the clock, but I feel like that's par for the course with resins. I will just glue it back on. It's no big deal. But other than that, the base looks stunning. It's like a tile floor, and then there's like a bag, the logo of the company. I forget what it's called. The mailing company, and then like a dresser and a bunch of letters and Violet's suitcase. So let me put this over here. Okay. Then there's like a million pages and the chair. So I think let's get the chairs out. Chair looks good. There is nothing broken here. Oh, that is gorgeous. Is the back foot chipped or is it supposed to be like that? I am not certain if the back foot is broken or if the chair is supposed to be white on that back foot. Regardless, we got a chair. I think this is the one Violet sits on. And I think it just slots into a hole, so it might be meant to be like that. Maybe I'm taking this stuff out in the wrong order. And then we have another chair, which I didn't realize there was more than one chair. Okay. Okay. I don't know which one Violet sits in then. But this one looks good as well. No broken parts, hooray. I'm gonna have to look up a picture of this figure because I have no idea where this stuff goes. Violet's umbrella looks stunning. The paintwork on it is beautiful. I'm so glad that they included this. Like, this just seems like a labor of love, this figure. Like, they really cared to include everything from the series. Let's see what her head looks like. No broken pieces on Violet's beautiful head. That's what I'm most concerned about. Like, little set pieces I can just glue on. No big deal. But I just want Violet's head and body to be good and not broken. One of my biggest complaints with resin statues is I find they always mess up the faces. Like, they never look quite right in the final products, but this Violet turned out absolutely perfect. She honestly looks like a PVC figure. Like, I don't know how they finished her so beautifully to look like a PVC figure, but she really just looks absolutely stunning. Her face is gorgeous. There's so many details in her hair. Oh my god, I can't wait for you guys to see this. Okay, moment of truth. Her body. Please don't have any broken parts. Please. Okay, looks good. Looks good, no broken pieces. And here we have her beautiful dress. Oh, she looks stunning. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. The detail they got. What I loved about this resin is it had her mechanical hands. I felt like I wanted a figure of her that wasn't wearing gloves, but instead had the mechanical hands, so I'm so happy that they included that on her. The shading on her dress is gorgeous. The paintwork is very clean. Wow. She looks beautiful. Oh. Even the like holes poked in her ascot are very well done. Oh my god, I love her. Her boots look gorgeous. Oh my god. Literally stunning. Okay, I'm gonna put her together and then I will come back when she's assembled because I need to look up photos and I feel like this is gonna take me a while. So I will be back once she's assembled. So I actually decided to put this part of the video in where I show you how I assemble the figure because it was actually quite difficult to put together. Since this figure comes with no instructions, it's kind of a guessing game. But based on just pictures on the internet and pictures that the manufacturer posted, I was able to figure out how to put it together. So hopefully based on my video, if anybody else got this figure, they can use my video to figure out where to put everything. So here I am just putting the chair on. You can see my hands shaking. I was so nervous to put this figure together because I was so afraid of breaking it. But everything seemed to go together pretty much fine. I would say the order that I put stuff together in is not quite the best order, but you know, it's fine. You just kind of do your best with resins, I think. So I put the chair on first and the lamp post you can see there in the back. And then I just start to try to assemble things as best I can. This base is so stunning on this figure. There's so much detail. Oh, it just looks amazing. It has a nice velvet bottom as well, so it sits on the shelf really, really nicely. There I am putting the second chair on. I end up taking that off, you'll see, because I realized I had to put the potted plant on here. So this is like the little potted plant, it just goes underneath. So I'd recommend putting that on first and then the chair. So you'll see me putting the chair on here. This is the chair that Violet sits on, the one I'm putting on. I moved this to the center in a clip that's coming up very, very soon, so don't worry, it won't be like this far away from the camera the whole time. But yeah, this chair's a little bit trickier to put in. You kind of have to pry the legs apart just slightly. Here I am putting that little parcel there that kind of holds the blue chair down, and it just magnetizes in. So here I have Violet on the chair. You'll see, I think she's still a little bit tippy at this point. I didn't realize, but yeah, you can see how she's kind of tippy while I try to put the papers on her dress. I really found it difficult to get her on the chair. You can see me finally getting her right on the chair. You just have to keep wiggling it until the chair and her fit together perfectly. She shouldn't wobble at all. Even though it feels like she might not fit, she actually does. Like, she didn't feel like she fit until I finally got her into the right position, and then I was like, oh, okay, she actually does fit. Anyway, I'm also doing this completely ad-lib, this voiceover, so don't mind me if I just keep rambling. So once Violet's on, this figure starts to really come together. It's so stunning. Like, you can just see how like focused I am, but inside I'm so excited in these clips because she just looks gorgeous. I tried to do my best to guess which pages went where. Some of them are just on like pure metal pegs, and then some of them have like a square and then a peg to try and guide you, I think, to know which part of the figure the page is attached to, but it's still not super clear. But, you know, I think I did a pretty good job figuring out where everything goes. At least I think the figure looks good. I don't know. I think they're in the right places, but it's really hard to tell even with the prototype photos, so don't come for me, you guys. The only one I know for certain that it's correct is this last one that I'm putting on, because it kind of... it's in the prototype photos. You can see that it's this one envelope that goes there in the prototype photos. So there we go, they're all on. Now is just this back piece here. Oh, and you see that little clock there with the silver dial? That's what had broken off. So I was actually able to just keep it all together by putting the lamppost thing on. I didn't even need to glue it. So that little silver thing is what fell out. And the front of the clock for me fell off during shipping, but it's all good. It doesn't matter. Oh, here I'm realizing that I missed Violet's necklace, her brooch, which is vital. It needs to go on this figure. So I had to pop her head off, which was actually harder than it looks, to put the necklace back on. And I found getting Violet's head back on was kind of difficult. You need to line up that metal peg that you can kind of see sticking out of her neck, and it's kind of tricky to do, but you just have to wiggle it around until you find the right spot for it. I cut out most of the wiggling here so that I can show you guys the final setup. But yeah, here she is looking absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I love her so much. She's so beautiful. Okay, everyone, I know I said I would put it together and then come back, but I ended up having to do a few things today. So it's the evening now, hence why it's a bit darker. I didn't feel like setting up my lights, so I apologize if it's like weirdly dark right now, but it's fine. The B-roll will have beautiful lighting, don't you worry. So here she is. I decided to put B-roll in of me assembling the figure because it was a pain to assemble, so hopefully I can save you guys a little bit of the pain. I'm still not certain that I put all of the letters in properly all around her, but you know what? I think it's fine. Also, the clock was broken, and the little silver piece that I had extra went inside the clock. So the clock face of mine was broken off, but the lantern actually holds the clock face on. So I was able to just kind of use that to keep it together. I didn't have to glue it or anything. All in all, I am so thrilled with her. I'm gonna try and pick it up and see what it's like. Oh my god, this is nerve-wracking. Here we go. Here she is, absolutely breathtaking. Prism Studio did an amazing, amazing job on this resin. I am so pleased with her. Everything is gorgeous from the base to the figure herself. They really knocked Violet out of the park. Her hair is amazing. One of the best hair sculpts on any of my figures, to be honest. There's like no seam lines. It's just so like beautifully done, and her face is also so gorgeous. They totally delivered on the prototype, which I think is absolutely fantastic, especially for a resin company. So I'm so happy with her hair and face. Her body looks amazing. I love her like brooch that Major Gilbert? It's been a while since I watched Violet. That he gave to her. Just such a stunning figure. They really show kind of all of the different parts of the show in this too, like all the letters, her briefcase. I love that they included the umbrella. It seems like whoever made this figure truly loved and watched Violet Evergarden, and I think it's just gorgeous. The assembly was a bit tricky. There are no instructions that I know of, so it was a bit tricky. I would recommend first put on the lamppost top part, then put on, there's like a plant, and then you can start putting on like the first chair with the blue cushion, and then there's like some letters. You'll see me putting it all together and kind of finagling it around while I build it in that clip that I just showed. But it all just takes a little bit of time and rotation and figuring out where you want to put everything. I thought maybe my chair was broken, but it all went together pretty well. I will say though, at first when I had Violet on the seat, I didn't have her red part like lined up properly with the hole, but it still kind of magnetized on and she was really tippy. Try to kind of wiggle it around until it fully sits. So like once her red cushion fully sits in the chair, you know you've got it. It felt like it didn't fit for me until it did, so I'm sure you guys will also feel the same if any of you pick this up. But yeah, all in all, amazing work from Prism Studio. I am so in love with this figure. She's not even that heavy either. I would say, I'm not certain how much she weighs, but to be honest, I think you could display her on a detail shelf. I really don't think she's too heavy. I'm gonna try and display her on a detail shelf, to be honest, because she's just too stunning. I want her to be lit up and beautiful in my collection. So I'm gonna take my chances with the detail shelf because she's really not that heavy, especially since she is a resin. Like I was expecting her to be a lot heavier than this. But maybe I'll weigh her after this video and I'll put on the screen how much she weighs, and then you guys can make your own decision. I think a detail shelf can hold like 8 pounds. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's like 8 pounds, so yeah. But all in all, I think she's absolutely stunning. I hope you guys enjoy the B-roll on this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me unbox my very first unlicensed resin. I'd love to know in the comments, did any of you pick up this beautiful Violet? I know there's kind of been a renaissance of Violet resins recently, where they're just like, so many companies are making different Violets and they're all so gorgeous. But this one really just caught my eye and I'm so happy I got it. Let me know if you guys picked it up or if you wish you had picked it up, because she's so stunning. I don't know how you couldn't want her. But yeah, I'm super happy with how she turned out. Yeah, this is a very positive experience, and this has been a very positive experience, and I probably will be buying more resins after this. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. What do you think of Miss Violet here? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting Gwyn Collects. And I'd like to give an even bigger thank you to all of my Chica tier patrons over on Patreon. Remember June, Zen Nezu, Merry Christmas, Melinda, Gregory, CJ, JP, Retro Richie, Styrak, Luca, Leon Blade, and Ari. Your support means the world. As always, thank you so much for watching my channel, and oh, I wanted to say a huge thank you for 30,000 subscribers. I can't believe I hit that milestone. That's huge. So thank you so much to everyone for 30,000 subscribers. I have a massive 30,000 subscriber unboxing video coming next week to celebrate. So look forward to that, everyone. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!